Okay, we're live now.
All right, this is our project for Health Science 480, Improving Mumbai, India Sanitation Crisis by Harry Smith.
And Sydney Bishop. What we would like to do as a group is to try and help certain parts of India to have a better quality sanitation. To narrow it down, we are going to focus our attention onto Mumbai, India. According to Durham University's report titled The Research Project, they state that Mumbai is responsible for over half of India's foreign trade and is at the center for India's global dealings in financial and producer services and constitutes 40% of the country's annual direct central revenue.
To improve sanitation in Mumbai, we wanted to look elsewhere and maybe find and implement some of these things in our campaign or ideas that worked in different parts of the world. The reason we chose Mumbai, India is because research that we had conducted showed that India as being the number one worst place with sanitation issues, shown in the following articles.
According to Durham University report titled The Research Project, Mumbai, India has, quote, extreme inequities in sanitation provisions, and there is an enormous extent of sanitation inequities. Inequity. I can't say that word. The pressure of sanitation are most starkly posted for the 6 million people living in informal settlements, constituting 54% of population occupancy, 8% of the land in 1959 settlements. Most of these settlements lack systems for disposal of sewage, solage, which is water from washing and bathing, and solid waste, constituting significant health and environmental dangers. Specifically, the disposal of human waste is a major problem. In 2001, a survey of informal settlements in Mumbai found that 63% of the population was dependent on toilet blocks. Many of them blocked or faulty. 28% were forced to regularly use open space, and the remaining 9% improvised a variety of small-scale alternatives.
Harry's part of the finding agencies and campaigns. Harry's part for finding agencies and campaigns that might help with the government policy, financing, and implementation of the education and etc. Some of these campaigns that I've found are the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, the School of Water and Sanitation Towards Health and Hygiene, or SWASTH, etc. The Swachh School, with School, Water and Sanitation Towards Health and Hygiene, is one of several government agents that aimed at changing the culture of schooling in rural India. As part of the drive for education for all, the Swachh means health in Hindi, and this program is all about improving health and basic schooling. This is a huge undertaking. Hundreds of thousands of village schools are drab and badly constructed and under-equipped. Toilets, if they have them, are typically crude and without separate blocks for girls. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, or SBA, or Swachh Bharat Mission, SBM, is a nationwide campaign in India for a period of 2014 to 2019 that aimed to clean up the streets and the roads and the infrastructure of India's cities, towns, and rural areas. The campaign's official name is in Hindi, and it aims to clean up, and it translates into Clean India Mission in English. The objective of Swachh Bharat includes eliminating open defecation throughout the construction of household-owned and community-owned toilets, and establishing an accountable mechanism for monitoring toilet use. Run by the government of India, the mission aims to achieve the open defecation free, or ODF, India by 2nd of October 2019. The 150th anniversary of the birth of Mahatma Gandhi, by constructing 90 million toilets in the rural India at the project cost of 1.96, which is approximately $30 billion. An agency that is currently striving to improve the world's water and sanitation problems that we are going to try to work with is the ASAID. On their website, they claim that they are the world's premier international development agency and that a catalytic actor driving development results. The USAID's work advances U.S. national security and economic prosperity, and demonstrates American generosity and promotes a path to recipient self-reliance and resilience. In partnership with the United States Department of State, in partnership with the U.S. Department of State, USAID, co-led by the government, the U.S. government, efforts to develop the United States government global water strategy. USAID's approach for government and finance, improving government and increasing finance for water and sanitation sectors are inextricably linked. That's why government and finance are core objectives of the United States government global water and strategy and the USAID's water and development plan. USAID seeks improvements in water governance and financing by strengthening and the responsible policies and the institutions with overall aim of supporting countries' transition away from the reliance on donor assistance. Some examples of USAID's water and sanitation assistance for water governments and financing include operating policies, strategies, and implementation plans for water and sanitation sectors. Number two, increasing coordination of actors within the water and sanitation sectors to align objectives and leverage resources. Three, to increasing the capacity of national and local governments to access, regulate, and manage water services and resources. And four, mobilizing private sector investments through innovative financial tools and partnerships. USAID mission plans, in partnership with government, donors, civil society organizations, development partners, and other U.S. government agencies to identify and address development challenges associated with water supply, sanitation, and hygiene across Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean, and the Middle East. USAID's regional and country-level missions are helping implement a new generation of water programs under the U.S. government global water strategy and the USAID's water development plan. that focus on increasing the availability and sustainable management of safe water and sanitation for the underserved and most vulnerable. On the website that we prescribed here, 14 ways to make sanitation sustainable. It tells us that Benail Rajesh, this program coordinator, Practical Action South Asia, Kathmandu in Nepal, the practice at Practical Action slow progress can be explained by lack of political prioritization. In Nepal, the coverage of mobile phones is 64%, but the coverage of toilets is 62%. It is not just the financial constraints that are causing the slow progress in tracking sanitation. It's the lack of political will. This example of lack of government help in Nepal can mostly explain how Mumbai might have come to its demise. By getting Mumbai's government more involved, it could help to clean up most of the problem. By setting up funding geared just for this problem, can help Mumbai's people in the poor areas. Another thing that needs to be addressed is the idea that one size fits all programs, fits all style of implementation. In order to reach several different poor communities and their different needs, we need to develop specific targets and tailor strategies for each group. The article titled 14 ways. I'm sorry?
Oh, you're good. Sorry, I was just coughing.
No problem. The article titled 14 Ways to Make Sanitation Sustainable, Aldai O. Williams, Technical Support Manager for Sanitation, WaterAid in London, UK. Technologies won't do us any good unless we do, technologies won't do us any good if we don't also tackle behavioral change. Promotions and information promotions and information can help us to ensure new toilet design. Promotional and information can help us ensure new toilet design success. For behavioral change, we need to understand what underlines the behavior as the first point. Then focus on what the impact of the behavior is on themselves, on environment, and on those who they care about. There are cultural, social, religious norms that underlie behaviors around sanitation that need to be understood. With the attitude in Mumbai, where priorities need to be shifted, more has to be done to make the communities and the government more aware of the problem. Having promotions and information available could help. Oops, my thing is giving me problems, excuse me. Having promotion and information accessible could help get the information to the right people. That could help. Yes, the USAID agency and the SWASTHH campaign are doing what they can to help, but more has to be done at the community level to get the proper funding to help with the sanitation issues. We need to set up flyers, seminars in surrounding areas to inform them of the dangers and disease of all that are affecting them. In doing research further on how to fix sanitation problems, I've found that on a website, www.psi.org, 5 ways to improve access to sanitation that confirms our findings about informing the communities by stating, first is to understand the problem of unsafe sanitation management and its associated consequences. The knowledge of the data gaps around what are currently unsafe and glaring, with only about a quarter of the countries having the data. Second, the scale and the complexities of sanitation mandate active collaboration with governments to bring the necessary supporting policies and guidelines. Safely managed sanitation requires active government buy-in and regulation. Finally, the magnitude of this challenge, the scale of the problem, substantial investment requirements, and behavioral change of the market. Actors across the sanitation value chain require a business usual approach. This is a notable theme of the entire conference. Some of the elements of a new way of problem solving may include innovative models for funding and financing, as well as active collaboration across players, collaboration across development partners, donors, consumers, and private sectors, national and subnational governments could produce an effective and efficient way of accelerating progress towards safe management, sanitation. Sydney?
Alrighty, on my part. So my findings, I did some findings on devices and ways we could raise money, and certain devices that we could either take or ship over to the people of Mumbai. With more than 3.575 million people dying each year from dirty and contaminated waters, there needs to be a solution to get clean water and or devices to purify the water to those in need. I have found a list of the 6 most effective and inexpensive purifying tools. Excuse me. First, we have a tool called the Life Straw. The Life Straw is a smaller cigar-sized tube. And in the article I found on inhabit.com, they stated that this clever design purifies water from potential pathogens like typhoid, cholera, dysentery, and diarrhea, all before they reach the lips of the person drinking the water. The Life Straw is an inexpensive way to deliver potable water to those in need, and it is considered an icon of humanitarian product design. The second thing listed are ceramic water filters. These are simple and much like any normal water purifier, but are very effective and fairly inexpensive. They decided to use the ceramic because they discovered that the little pores in the ceramic catch nearly all of the bacteria and germs that are currently living in the water. These water purifying devices, made and distributed by Cambodian nationals, resulted in a 50% drop in the diarrheal illness since they were first employed back in 2002. Developed in a joint effort between WSP and UNICEF, the filters are made from fired clay, and the tiny pores of the ceramic material are small enough to remove virtually all bacteria and protozoas. The design utilizes gravity to facilitate the filtration process, resulting in a flow rate of 1 to 3 liters per hour. The third thing listed isn't ideal for all situations and countries, but has been found to be very effective in Asian countries such as China and Japan, which is a water purifying bicycle, and it works by attaching a device to a bicycle as you ride it. It purifies the water as you pedal the bike. The fourth thing mentioned has been used all over Africa and has had a lot of success. The life sack is a large bag that can be hung from a wall or anything higher up, allowing any higher up object, allowing you to purify water through the spout and take clean showers and have clean drinking water. These bags also have double uses to them. They are also used as a bag to ship food and other items to those in need, and then to hold the purified water after the food has been delivered to those people. Not only does this clever design purified water, it also doubles as a container for shipping grains and other food staples. Once the package of food is received, it can be used as a solar water purification kit. To filter contaminated water, the life sack uses SODIS, which is solar water disinfection process technology. UVA radiation and the bag's thermal treatment process work together to kill the deadly microorganisms and bacteria in the water. The sack can also be worn as a backpack for quick and easy movement from the source of the community. Number 5 on the list is called a pure water bottle filter with UV rays, a device that is capable of filtering soiled water in 2 minutes by using a combination of 4 micro-sized water filters in a wind-up ultraviolet light system. The combination removes up to 99.9% of impurities from any water source, and it could be a valuable asset for people in developing nations. The final thing that was listed on this article was the hamster ball-shaped solar ball, which purifies about 3 liters of water at a time. Quote, when placed in the sun, the solar ball uses evaporation to separate dirt and contaminants. The resulting condensation yields just over 3 quarts of potable water per day. The ball is inexpensive and relatively small in size, making it easy to transport, although it does take 1 full day to get only 3 liters. To conclude our project, we have decided that in order to reach different poor communities in Mumbai and their different needs, we will need to develop specific, targeted, and tailored strategies for each group. We plan to visit Mumbai personally and to work hand in hand with USAID as well as local Mumbai governments, as well as travel to Mumbai. As we travel to Mumbai, we plan on taking a few of our prototypes, such as the Life Straw and the Life Sack. We have set up seminars with appropriate teachers to inform the people of Mumbai of the problems of the dirty water and lack of appropriate toilets. We have also as we have set to travel to Mumbai, we have also set up an account for people to donate and plan to raise approximately $30 million to help USAID and the local Indian government to provide those appropriate toilets for the people of Mumbai, India, and the outlying areas. In order to do this, we have hung up flyers and shared links to this account in order for people to donate with information on the website and for them to be able to help us out with this situation. And that is the end.
Help save India.
Yeah.